How to get every single medallion in Chapter 5, Season 4 of Fortnite Absolute Doom is what I'm going to be showing you in today's video. This includes the best drop spots and also explaining what the medallions do. So first things first, when you land at Castle Doom, you want to land at this big silo on the top part of the map. That is because it's got a potential chest spawn for a Dr. Doom chest, which does typically give you better loot. It's got a bunch of floor loot spawns here as well, chests that spawn around the entire outskirts of this area. So you want to loot completely up at this area because you want to be pushing in with full shields. So we're quickly going to get our full health here and then we're going to rotate in. Now Castle Doom's red silo is in this top little section here, and I am going to be showing you some live examples as well from when I was playing on my YouTube live stream yesterday, where I got 10 solo wins in one short stream. Now this is the first best location to land. You go straight through the gates here and then you just loot up, and then you take the redeploy from going through the top here, and the second best location to land is this building here. Now you can land directly at this building, say if the silo gets heavily contested, or you can go here secondarily. I normally go here secondarily. My matches aren't super sweaty, so it's not a massive issue. Then you want to loot this Doom chest here if it does spawn. Do note these chests don't have 100% spawn. And then run through the back section here. Now you can take out the bots and hire them, but the hiring is currently broken. It was for me last night. There's two locations here that I find work really well for taking out the Doom bots. Now the first one is up on this section here. That is around the northeast side, and you can look straight down at the Doombot after beaming and doing a lot of damage. The other best location, in my opinion, is at the very top of this building. So we're just going to completely take off his health, like that. Take out the bots behind me so they don't become an issue. Now do note I am doing this in a custom. This is the easiest way to show you how to do this stuff and how these medallions work, but I will show you real games examples of this shortly. And just like that, we've taken out Doom. Now typically if this was a real match, what I like to do instead is, after I get hit a bit, if I see footsteps running near me, I jump down, loot this chest, and I play around this bottom area. I also play on top of this area, and sometimes I run down the outskirts of this library. That leads to the same stairwell where we were before, or I run out this side. So I normally play the back side of the building and I don't really go towards the front area. The reason it's good to play these sides of the buildings is because you're a lot less likely to get hit in the sides. People aren't going to be landing on the outside of the map over here, and you can't really get a shot in the back. So if you've got the back side covered, it's not going to be much of an issue. Now the other good area to go is to go outside of the building, take this zip line up, and then you can break this wall. If you break this wall, this is a direct downward look at Doom. But do note, you can die very easily up here. If Doom hits you with one of his balls, you'll be knocked backwards, you'll fall off the roof and die fall damage. So only do this if you have a jetpack.
Flashback.
I'm dead.
End of flashback.
From Dr. Doom, you do get his Doombot Siphon Medallion. This gives you Siphon on eliminations, aka every single time you get an elimination, you'll be getting health in the game. Now, I will be dropping more comprehensive guides on how to take out these bosses and how to use their mythics, so make sure you stay subscribed in order to hear all of that stuff shortly in the future. In order to get Mysterio's medallion, you want to go to Doomstat. Now, this one I think is the worst medallion by far, and I'll go over that in detail shortly. Now, there's a couple ways to approach getting this medallion. Some people say landing on this tower is the best way to get it, and I'll show you why that is in a second. We just need to get inside of the building, and once you're inside of the building, this might become obvious to you, might not. Okay, bro dodged my shot. And that is because he teleports up to where you're at. So this is going to make it really hard for people to third party you if you force the boss to come towards the top side of the clock tower. This is great to do off spawn because there are chests that can spawn in here, so you can just land here, get the chest right away, and then dip. My opinion, there is better drop spots to do here. I really like these two buildings on the side here. What I like to do is run through this bottom side building. There's a bunch of chests, loot up, make sure I get shield and some form of movement. I'll then loot the second story and then rotate through and loot this building. Once I have some form of movement and shotguns, I make sure to take out all the people in the location nearby, and then I go for Mysterio. Mysterio drops the medallion that is, in my opinion, the worst one in the game. This medallion does give you invisibility when crouching. Now, you can't use this medallion in order to attack people, so it's not like you can pull out your gun and start shooting people. Do note the bots can't see you like this, but this medallion, you see how I'm purple like this? This is a performance mode advantage. On PC, we have this thing called performance mode, which makes the game run better, makes you see less stuff. If anyone else is playing performance mode, this is how you appear. You don't appear invisible. You're really, really visible to people. So I don't recommend it. Doesn't give you any other advantage, plus it shows your location on the map in a tiny circle. I think drop it in zone or just carry it to avoid other people picking it up. And as you can see here from this clip from my YouTube live stream, if you do have the scan medallion, you can see people using this through walls. I can see you, bro. I got the scans. So this comes into our final and third medallion from the raft. Now, in my opinion, this is the best medallion you can get, but also the hardest one to get. I recommend landing at this backside building here. An Avengers chest can spawn in here, so you can get some pretty good loot off the rip. Plus, there's plenty of shield here to get as well. So I will be dropping better guides on how to get these mythics, but this is all about medallions today. So this is just quite a base guide talking about what the medallions do and whether or not they're worth it. There is a lot of shield back here as well, so make sure, as usual, fully loot up, get full shield, take out people before taking out the boss. Now remember not to attack the Doombots till later on in the game, as they won't shoot at you unless you shoot at them first. So what I like to do is, after looting up this area, is get onto this roof here. Now there's many ways to get on the roof. Jetpack is the easiest one. Typically there'll be people shooting at the boss from here, so you can take angles from them up top, shoot down at them, or you can jump down and then start shooting them in the back. Typically they're around this door or around this entrance. Emma Frost normally spawns here in her throne. If it sounds like zones coming in, don't fret, that's just this computer. If you break this computer, you won't hear the sound that sounds like zone anymore. Emma Frost has some stages where you can't deal damage to her, so we're just going to deal as much as we can to reduce her health, and I'll show you what the medallion does. So I just like to spray her. Once she turns diamond, she'll enter a state of where you can't deal damage anymore. When she enters this state, I normally like to attack the bots that are nearby, because they're going to deal a lot of damage and kind of get in my way. And there we go. Now she's no longer in diamond form. It's a lot easier. Now I'm pretty sure that you can spray at her when she's in this phase as well, in order to get her out of that phase. I still can't hack these guys. And you see here, like, you can spray her out of it. So it's a bit like Captain America's shield. She's not completely invincible during those phases. All right, hit that reload. Can you stop, please? And there you go. So this is the best medallion, Emma Frost Medallion. Emma Frost Medallion scans the nearby area, so I can see people through walls. Super, super overpowered. You can see when someone's about to peek you or someone's going to try and take a shot at you. I think it is really worth it. It's about every 2 to 3 minutes, I estimate, based on how often I've been playing. So that is how you get all 3 of the medallions in Fortnite. Emma Frost Reveal Medallion is the hardest one to get and the best in my opinion. The Doombot Siphon Medallion is the second hardest to get. Some people think it's the best one. Pretty close, but I like scans. Siphon's really good as well though. If you like high kill gameplay or you play ranked, probably worth it. And Mysterio Stealth Medallion is not worth it at all. We've had this item in the past in Fortnite, and if people are playing performance mode, you're just too easy to spot. Subscribe if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet. Stay tuned for my mythic guide in the future on how to get all of these mythics like the best way possible in proper detail with proper gameplay examples and other Fortnite guides. Hit the like button if you haven't yet already, and use code ONY if you're going to be buying anything new or the brand new season battle pass. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the flip side, and goodbye.